we'll do that. Oh, it's going to be some stellar content. It's going to keep, I feel like our retention rate on this video is going to be at least 100%. What's the rarest Mustang Foxbody? Bro, this is the sack of welds right now.
There you go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for all the comments and the questions. We're here this morning looking at K-Dub's work. Looks like he's gotten the floor done, huh, K-Dub? Pretty much got the rear floor done?
Yeah, all the way from here back's finished up.
Yeah, it's looking really good. You can see where you were talking about lining up your beadwork.
Yeah, I was originally going to come all the way up, but I was like, man, that's a tight curve. I didn't want to fight that, so
yeah.
I just stopped it there. So
that's kind of one of the things you learn as you grow as a fabricator is it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
And go too far, kind of knowing when to not go too far.
Yeah, that's a fight for another day.
Yeah. So you've got the floor done. We saw that a little bit in the last video, but we're waiting on the seat brackets, right? Put the seats in there, kind of figure out where the seats are going to go.
Yeah. So I'm waiting on some new sliders for the seats, and then I'll be able to figure out the placement on those. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to put some extra bracings down for the floors to sit on and bolt to.
Yeah.
And once that's done, then I'll be able to come in and finish doing the beadwork in these pieces.
Yeah, it's looking clean. It's coming together fast.
It's going really smoothly, so.
And it looks like up here we kind of have a better idea of maybe how much room we're going to have. You've got that little piece slid in underneath the...
Yeah.
So it's going to kind of maybe potentially end up like that.
Yeah, it should be pretty close to there. And of course, obviously up in the front, we might have to round that corner or something to help the exhaust roll through there.
Yeah. And we've got the dashboard and the column mounted up to kind of help us understand where everything's going to run.
Yes. And also mock that up. It helps with the seat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
also
sense.
to make sure you're centered in the steering wheel and all that stuff.
Yeah. Man, I love these old seats. I hope maybe we can do something that kind of replicates the look of that fabric and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Because I think this is a pace car specific seat. Chris will be able to tell us. Today we're going to have Chris in, and he runs his own channel on YouTube called The Infamous Project, and he does Foxbody specific content. So he's the Foxbody guru. And I know one thing we're going to need is this dashboard, right, K-Dub? Because this thing is just roached.
It's cracked and broken and
brittle. So if anybody out there in YouTube land, if y'all know where one is at, let us know down below in the comments, because I think this is probably going to be a pretty hard piece to find. That's one thing I'll get to work on today. So when Chris gets here, Chris is going to film for us, so it'll kind of free me up to where I can mess around with this exhaust, and we need to move that flex coupler up, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Move it up and kind of closer to the transmission.
Yeah, I would like it moved up a little bit.
Making some magic happen over here.
Oh yeah, what's up, man? This is an arm pull for the Nova. Have you seen the Nova yet?
I did.
Yeah, so this is an arm pull for our Nova build. So this is a Rev 2 3D print. And right now I'm just putting some, you can kind of see here the fillets. Let me change this for you. So you can see how these are rounded off.
Oh, right.
Whereas this is like super square. So what we're going to do is 3D print this out of aluminum once we get the final version done. So you can kind of see we still need to inset magnets and bolts in here. So this version has magnets for the fascia and then bolt holes here that are going to go through the panel, obviously, into the door.
Very nice.
But now, since you're here, we can go do some welding.
Yeah, let's work on some Foxbody stuff.
Yeah. Let's go weld something.
There goes Fleabag. Oh, you better go see Mama. There he goes. Nice pipes.
Yeah, so this is, I've been here for about a year now, and I feel like all I've been doing is exhaust, which is fine with me. I like welding it up. But this is exhaust parts for the Camino here.
Oh, nice. So,
So
these
this-
mufflers, cats, resonators?
These are secondary mufflers, yeah. So the way this goes here, so this truck was kind of unusual. So header's obviously there, goes up and over a trans cross member, and then back down to this X pipe to these mufflers, and then V-banded to the rear section here
Right.
with the secondary mufflers. I don't know.
It's hiding in the fender or something?
It's definitely not. Oh, how'd you do that?
I just lifted up.
Oh, okay. Fabricated this aluminum here that's going to go bolt into the fender here. Kind of see here, it's
Oh, yeah,
like
so two.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4 sections.
But it'll look seamless when it's done.
Yeah. And then, so this is an air box that's going to sit. This is obviously something I had to fabricate too. So this is a air box that'll be in the inner fender.
Right, so it'll fit up.
Yeah, inside
In
here.
here.
So I've got it to where it'll gather air through the front, and then kind of it's solid on the back so we don't get a ton of rocks in it.
And this thing needs a Godzilla.
I think that's got a coyote in it.
This is one thing about a Roadster Shop exhaust, right? Like once it's in there, it's kind of in there.
What's that?
Like your piping.
Seems like with this frame, it's going to live there forever. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it just seems like it's difficult right now because we don't have this thing on a lift. So you can see on this here, when we get them, all this stainless is sandwiched together.
Right.
And when you go and try and weld this on a piece of solid pipe, it'll blow this edge out really quickly because, especially this mesh material, it's just annoying. So what I do is come in here and we'll run a bead on the top and then sand it down so it's solid.
Oh, very nice.
So you get a nicer bead.
Yeah.
So we'll mess around with that a little bit.
So in this case, like the purpose of this is to allow a little bit of flex and movement.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
system.
Yeah. So generally we'll put these right after the header, right? So this is stuff that I've started to weld, and now that K-Dub's got the floor pretty much done, I know I can fully weld it. Some of these pieces, like I've had to go in and modify it a little bit because when we make this stuff, we can't go in a logical order sometimes, right?
Right.
So it just works out with my flow and what I've got going on. Like maybe, okay, I can pull away and do this exhaust right now, so.
So you've almost been working backwards, right?
Yeah.
Like working from the back towards the front.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And generally it's the opposite, right?
Yeah.
But we've still got to figure out how we're going to house all this stuff up here, which.
Yeah, we got to get from turbos down there to all the way down in there.
Snake it through there.
Snake it through. We got to get connected up to here.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do right now is this is probably the 3rd or 4th revision of this little section here. We just haven't found out a way to kind of get it down low enough so that K-Dub has enough room to build the floor that it needs to be the way it needs to be built. So you can look in there. I've already chopped off an ear of the transmission right there.
Oh, yeah.
That was jutting out and was preventing us from running that pipe the way it needed to be run. And I also have we got this mount from Roadster Shop. I had to extend the mount, so we're going to bolt it under the frame now. And we V-band everything. And I showed it in a previous video, which everybody's probably already seen, but we hard mount everything with nice, like made in the USA rubber mounts. to the frame, so everything's held really nicely and security. Yeah, so we've got a double mounted there to hold it nice and secure.
Made in America.
And to our viewers, this is Chris. He's behind the camera today. I'm not. And his there he is. His channel is the Infamous Project, and he focuses solely on Mustangs, right? Foxbody stuff.
That's it.
For the most part. So that's why Chris is here. He's helping us out on your channel. If you can put the broadcast out that we need this dash pretty bad. I don't
the
even
whole
know.
dash assembly?
Yeah.
Not just the dash pad?
The whole assembly. That thing is so broached. It's you could probably breathe on it and it would break.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll do, when I do my intro video, I'll be like, I'll put a shout out because we need a roof.
Yeah.
And the bumper and the dash.
So you gotta have a foot pedal to weld.
That's the gas pedal. Take a look at this big thing. Not everybody'd have one of these in their garage, so.
Yeah.
What do all the buttons do?
This is really for pulse here. Pulse and aluminum stuff.
Right.
Which I might run pulse later. We'll see. I like to run this stainless bro stuff at 50. And, you know, there's tons of different angles and stuff for the tungsten. I'm gonna weld a V-band onto a piece of pipe. I like to run a really nice sharp angle like that, because really it keeps the cone really narrow, so you can run a nice tight bead. I 3D printed this kind of a half of a, what would you call that? V-band? Half of a V-band, so I can clamp my stuff up to it.
Oh, very nice.
And weld straight down onto my V-band.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's good enough to hold that tight now.
Need to be like here.
Yeah. I knew there was a reason you came today. There you go. I weld this stuff with 035. I remember the very first time I TIG welded, I got like 1/8 inch rod because I thought that was what you were supposed to use. And it has turned into a nightmare.
Are you happy with your work?
Yeah, I got to get in a rhythm.
All right.
The rhythm of the night. All right. So this tungsten something, I got it at an auction from Boeing. So it's pretty badass. So you can dial in your exact angle you want and run it over that stone, and it sharpens your tungsten perfectly every time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's post flow coming out of this torch.
So that one you went from there to there.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's gonna suck when I have to go underneath this pipe.
So if you had to guess how many hours would be involved in this exhaust setup, like take turbos out of it. Let's pretend it's just long tubes, your pipes back to your mufflers.
I guess if you were gonna focus on it solely, probably a week and a half or 2 weeks, minimum. Kind of what you want to see is this glossy, like super shiny. You see, like
and what's the heat range between, say, the reddish gold versus the blue to the purple?
probably like 1 million to 2 million degrees. I don't know, we probably don't need any more V-band content, do we?
Now, I'm just trying to see if I can see the difference between your sit-down welds versus your stand-up.
Maybe not.
Wow.
So.
And then, do you need to do the top of the flex? Show your
Oh
skills?
yeah. We'll do that. Oh, it's going to be some stellar content. It's going to keep. I feel like our retention rate on this video is going to be at least 100%. I mean, it's going to look like hammer dog until I sand it, but we'll see what. Because really, all I'm doing, this isn't a visual weld. All I'm trying to do is seal this up.
Yeah. So make it
and then
like
sand it off. So I need to put enough in here to where when I sand it off, it turns solid like that. It's always better when you're doing this stuff to get set up the right way. Meaning you need to find some lubricant and a cardboard box. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a ground. So what we're going to see on this is a bead that's way too hot. We're going to see that gray color I was talking about earlier. So you see how that's like just super gray, gross looking?
Yep.
This is the Tiffany of melting. What's cool in the Foxbody world? What could I say? This is the blank of melting rod into stainless. What's the rarest Mustang Foxbody?
The rarest?
Yeah.
There's like these SAAC cars that are probably the lowest production, most sought after, I guess, in terms of rarity. But you know, there's always rare versus desirable.
What'd you say? SAAC?
Yeah.
Sack?
Sack.
Does anybody call them like the ball sack edition?
Oh, I'm sure. The Chevy guy would, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, this is the sack of welds right now.
There you go.
You know, coming from Iron Resurrection where everything was done in 2 episodes.
Yeah, you can just build a car in, what? How long were the episodes? Minus.
I think an hour, so 2 hours you would build a car.
I wish I could build a car in 2 hours.
I think probably that Mustang that we're filming right now, it'll probably be done in about a year. We're backed up probably about 5 or 6 years right now. Let's see here. I like to check this and kind of see if yeah, it's pretty flat. Yeah, so you can see now, it's going to be super nice to weld that up. It's 2 90-degree surfaces.
Very nice. So that's like a $2,000 flex pipe.
Yes. Foxbodies are dumb.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. Well, it'd even be a challenge if you weren't going turbo. Yeah. Right, with your steering and everything else, but yeah, we got to get stuff to the front here.
So we're going to go schedule 10. Pretty nice. And it's already beveled.
Oh wow.
It's pretty nice, huh?